Done. Let's start. I hope you can see my screen. Yep. Hey, how I can access my login page? Any guess? You have to guide me.
To
Local
access it
host
on local host
and port
slash
number.
log
7
I totally
77
forget. My port are
7
777. You can check it. And here you can type 77 and you can type the URL pattern, login. You know how this page is open? Yeah. I'm saying, do you
Yes.
know how this page is open? This much is clear to everybody, right? This pretty much we did yesterday.
Yes.
So today, what my plan is, when I enter my username password, it should be validated with the backend. That's my plan. Okay. If my username password is correct, on top message should come, your username password is correct, otherwise incorrect. Got it? Yeah. A agenda, again I'm telling you, if you enter wrong username password, let's work on it. So my dear friends, you know JSP servlet? In JSP servlet, if you want to send data from client to server, we can use form tag. Remember or forget it? This tag.
No, we remember that. Yeah.
So
Remember,
you
yes.
can use this form tag. Form tag is a special tag in HTML5, and here you can write action, right? Action, you can write the URL pattern. Normally you write the URL pattern for servlet. Here I'm just writing general URL pattern. You can give any name to it, right?
You record,
What
sir?
name you want to give? Yes, please tell me.
I said, could you record?
It's recording.
Yeah, I'm enough smart. Already started. Okay, no problem. Hey, here I'm using post method. Can you see this? Why? Why post method? Because post
It will
method you
hide the
can send
URL.
on, yeah, hide the URL. Data will not go in the
Data.
URL. Data will go inside the body. Another thing is there is no limit in the data. So whenever you are sending data from the client, use post method. But when you are fetching data from the server, use get method. This is the general convention in web application. And when you click on the sign in button, your button should be submit. Why submit button? Because when you click on this button will trigger to this URL. And all the data, username, password will go to the server. Anybody have any question, query? This much is clear.
It's clear.
People reply. I am waiting for your reply. This is clear to you?
Yes, clear.
Yeah. So in server, you have to come back to the server, home controller. Here you have to do what kind of mapping? Post mapping. Why? Because I am making a post call. Are you following me? Post mapping with the same URL. People, if you don't understand, let me know. Method name you can change. What I did, man? Here we have two mapping. Get mapping with the same URL. Post mapping with the same URL. Do you understand? When you make a get call and this URL pattern, you will go to the login.jsp page, right? But here, when you are sending a data from the form, you are making post call, right? You remember, in order to receive data from client on the server, which object you use? Any guess? HTTP servlet. Remember, I forget it.
I remember
Huh?
servlet.
HTTP servlet request, right? And after that, who will help me? How we fetch the data? You write request dot
Dispatcher.
request dot get
attribute.
get request parameter, right?
Mhm.
Please recall it. Get parameter. You forget it, I remember. Yeah. And here you can write the box name. Your box name is, tell me, username, reply,
Password.
and password. So you
Username.
know it, right? This you do in JSP and servlet, right? So I'm getting my username, password. If you confused, let me know. I'm able to fetch my form data from client to server. Now what you want to do? If your username is Jack, you know this? If username is Jack
Mhm.
and password is Jack and Jill, right? Then what you want to do? Then you want to forward your request to the home.jsp. On which JSP? Home.jsp. Else you want to go to
Home.jsp.
the same page. Else you want to go to the login. And before going to the login page, you know request scope. If you want to send data from client to server, sorry, server to client, you can use this request scope. You know it or not? Yes, you know. This request you can use to send data from server to client, from controller to the JSP file. So set attribute, here you can write the variable name MSG, any variable name you can write, message, and value you can write what? Hey, username and password, what are not correct.
Yes.
Hey, do you know scope? In JSP servlet
I
we
don't
have 4
understand
scope.
scope.
Request scope. It is used to send data from controller to JSP. In JSP servlet we have 4 scope. I don't know you know it or not. Page scope, request scope, session scope, and application scope. I'm using this scope right now. Session scope. Sorry, request scope. You're right. You're
Request
right.
scope.
I'm setting request scope is you can think as a hash map where you can add key against this key you are adding the value. This value you can fetch on which page? Back. You can fetch this on over here, right? And using EL dollar curly bracket open and close and key. Key is message. This is called expression language in JSP. And if you want to make it bold, you can make it bold like this, right? Done. So this will only print when data is in request scope. It is not there, it will print blank. So if you try it, if you allow to me, right? If I enter wrong username password, it will come back and it will show, hey, username password are not correct. When your username password is right, it will go to the home. So I have to make another JSP over here. Any guess? Home.jsp. Confused? No.
No.
Home.jsp, right? In home.jsp, I'm just copy paste. You know copy paste? Control C or Control V. Whatever data is on the login, I'm just doing copy paste from login to home.jsp. But my copy paste little bit fast. You got my point? Here, I can write the message. What? This is my home page. Confused? No. Hey people, can I try this much? You tell me,
course.
after doing changes, do I need to restart my server?
So home page is
No.
after the login, right? Or when it's incorrect.
Yeah. You see the logic. When username password are correct, I'm landing to the
Home
home.jsp.
page, okay.
If username password is incorrect, I'm landing to the same page, but
Login.
with the message in the request scope, which I'm fetching to the JSP back.
Yes, sir.
Again, I'm
Got
telling
it.
you, do I need to restart the server when I'm doing changes? No.
No.
Because when you are doing code changes, automatically this code change are published to the server. Now I come
Because
back
of
to
Spring
over
Boot,
here.
right?
Because of Spring Boot jar you have added. This is the
Yeah.
magic of the jar. If you remove this jar, you have to restart your server again and again. So here I'm coming to the login page, right? Type it, and now I'm entering wrong username password. See, password should be mask, right? Why it is not mask? Because I forget to mention here input type password.
Password.
If you enter input type password, this text will be masked. Let me try. My username is this one and password I'm typing it. It is not going to match with Jack and Jill. So it will come back to the same page. Okay. So I can make a flow. Allow me. When you enter the username password, after it, when you click on the sign in button, so which action you are generating over here, if you can check it, action equals to login, right? And method equals to post. Your request will go to server. Am I right? And on server, I forget it. On server, what we have? we have dispatcher servlet. Remember, offered by the Spring MBC. So first of all, your call will go to the dispatcher servlet. This is ready-made servlet, right? Once your call will go to the dispatcher servlet, dispatcher servlet is acting as a front controller. After it, it will forward your call to the handler mapper. What? Handler mapper. Handler mapper knows where your mapping is. Handler mapper. Handler mapper knows what knows? Where your controller is, right? It knows it contains. No, it helps you to it helps you to navigate to the control. Are you following me? So as per the request, your request is login method is post. Because of all those things, you will come to this method. Say yes. Guys, are you with me? Because
Yes,
of all
sir.
this mapping, the here you post and post login matched. So what you are doing here you are taking decision. If username password is correct, you are returning two value actually from here. If username password is correct, you are returning home, right? And if it is incorrect, you are returning C login. After that, in order to convert into JSP, who will come in the picture? View resolver, right? So what view resolver does? It will do prefix and suffix. Remember, prefix and suffix already we have configured in the property dot application dot property file. How should be prefix and suffix? It should be prefix with slash
Slash.
and suffix with dot
Dot
.jsp. Similarly here also. So it is going to resolve return string as a JSP file. Eventually, this JSP will generate the response and that response will be rendered
to the
inside the browser. So this is the whole flow, right? I'm going to do that. Enter, and when you click on it, you are coming. Can you see this? Hey, username, password are incorrect. Since your this whole page is going to be rendered from the scratch again, username, password are disappear. Make sense? Now you can enter username Jack and password Jill and click on the sign in button. See? If you don't understand, say I don't understand. This much is clear
Well,
to
can you go back
everybody?
to that thing? Can you go back
Yes.
to the
Yeah.
drawing?
Drawing, yeah.
So
You can
dispatcher
do the
server and
number.
header mapping is controlled by Spring Boot, not us, right?
Yeah.
And then where is header mapping sending it to?
Yeah. It is sending your request to the controller, the class which is
Controller is where we
annotated with
have.
art controller annotation. In my case, the name of the controller is
Home controller.
home controller.java.
Okay. And
Who
where is
knows
our
all these
code
things?
at the business logic?
Okay.
Where's the business logic again? I forgot.
Business logic will be always in the class which is annotated with art controller annotation. It is in
So
home
in this whole
controller.
figure, in this whole
Yeah.
picture, in
Yeah.
the
In
beginning,
this.
I guess.
Yeah. This one.
But
In
in
this
the
class.
picture.
Yeah. In picture, it is here. Business logic. In this method, we have business logic. This method contains business logic.
Okay, from handler mapper we go to controller where the business logic
Yeah.
kicks in. Okay.
But handler mapper is hidden to you, right? Handler mapper dispatches all it. I'm telling you, if you start with the Spring, old fundamental technology, right? Spring only is Spring, then dispatcher servlet and handler mapper. You can see it. It will be visible to the developer, right? But here, this is totally hidden to you, right? Hmm. Got it?
Yes.
This is clear to you? Are you guys has little bit confusion?
Oh, clear, sir.
Clear.
As many as you can ask. Clear? Now, if you guys are able to understand this much, means we are good. Done. Hmm?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Done. Cool. See, Spring says, don't write code like this. Spring believe in shortcut. See, this is the taking the parameter from the HTML page. This style is as per the GSP servlet. Let's see Spring style. Spring says, if you want to take input, use this annotation. Which annotation? Request param. Are you following me? After that, Spring says, use request param and just write the parameter where you want to take the username. I am saying I want to take username request.get parameter. You should go over here. So this is the shortcut of it, right? So tell me which one is looking more cleaner, this style or previous style?
Style.
This will be gone.
Sir, can you sorry, repaste the older one?
Pardon?
Can you bring the older code back to just to compare?
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to comment it actually. Right?
So I
I'm
got
going
a
to
quick
comment.
question, sir. So on the login, I mean the submit button, so the form action is connecting it with the post mapping, right?
Yeah. Post this
So
mapping and action name. So two things you are
action.
sending from the
Okay.
client. Action, that is slash login, right?
Okay.
And what method you are using there? Method equals to post. So these two uniquely connecting to this method. Post mapping represent to method
Okay.
and this represent to this action.
So the
Clear?
get mapping is only for the URL name and the post mapping is
Because
for
in URL,
submitting.
in
Okay.
URL method is get, you know it, right?
Okay.
When you type something in the URL, by default method is get. So when you type something in the URL, action is whatever you type, but method is by default
Get.
get. You know it.
Okay.
You know it. So let me write the Spring version of the method. This is the old version and nobody does like it. So what you can do in the new style, instead of taking request.get parameter storing into it, you can write into one line. Delete it and here you can write request param annotation string. You are saying hey request param, I want to take this value username and I want to bind with the variable name. Similarly, you can do it for password also. Clear? Hello. If you want to make more shortcut, right? Even though you don't write this, it will work. If you delete the annotation, still it is equivalent to that. Okay. Writing request param is same as not writing it. Got it? Either you write the string username, string password, it will work as a request.get parameter, right? But I'm just writing it so that you should not get confused. Mhm. And in order to send data in the request scope, you can use here model. Are you with me? Model is the Spring provided hash map, which is acting as a request dot set attribute. But here you have to use model dot add attribute instead of set attribute. Got it? Other thing will be same. So tell me which one is seems to be more easy, right? This one, right? Because HTTP solid request we should not use in the code because it will make your code tightly coupled with the framework. So using HTTP servlet request moving forward is bad practice. Avoid it.
Can you please
Sir, are
again
you
explain
saying
the model? I'm sorry, Paras, yeah, go ahead.
Model is nothing. Model is a hash map. Whatever data you want to carry from controller to the JSP, you add into the model key value pair, same as you are doing in the request scope. Same. Only difference is method. Method here we have set attribute, here we have add attribute. This is JSP servlet style. This is Spring style. That's it.
Sir, are you saying we have to add the request parameter annotation, or we don't have to add request
Here
parameter?
I'm saying it is optional. If you write it, it is same as that. Okay, it is up to you. If you write it, it will work. If you don't write it, it is equivalent to writing and not writing, it is same. Got it? Hello?
So what
You're
what
not
do
listening.
they do?
Someone had a question here about actually, does the variable name need to be the same in the form? I
This
think
name and
yeah.
this name. Yeah. If you want to give different name, you can do it. How? If you want to give different name, then this parameter is mandatory. Here you can write this, which is going to match with your form, and this you can give any name. Can you see this? Yeah, you got it. So name you can make
Okay,
different as well.
that makes more sense.
If you make
Okay.
this this name and this name different, local variable and parameter name different, then you have to write it for sure. You don't have any choice. But if you want to keep the same name, then no need to write over here, because this and this same. In that case, you can delete this also, because it is understood. Okay, done. I hope this much is clear to everybody. Hello?
Could we have used the same get in the controller, get the get mapping, I guess?
Here, see,
In
this
the
and this
controller?
action is same. They
Yeah.
are differing in terms of get and post. If you say get and login, this will be called. If you say post and login, this will be triggered. Question.
Exactly. So if we had used get mapping in the JSP form and just use this one, it
Yeah,
still works, right? We don't
it's just,
necessarily
yeah,
post mapping.
yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep, yep. If you use get instead of post, then this action method will be triggered. Got it?
Yes.
But it won't take us
Example.
to the home page because
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
not
It
logging
won't.
in.
Let me show you. I'm coming to the home page, right? I'm on home page and I want to go to the login page. So what I can do, I can make an anchor tag, and here you can give the what? Get, by default get and login. So when you click on it, it will navigate you to where? Let me show you.
Login page again.
Okay.
If you want to go, you see, if you click on it, you are just hitting the login action with the get. It will go to the login page. Can you see this? Done. Back. It's
How
clear
do
to
we
you?
know that's good again? So
Man,
any URL is always a get.
anchor tag.
Okay.
When you use anchor tag and typing the URL, by default method is get. Please remember it.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
you don't mention the method and you are performing some action anywhere, that is get. Post you have to explicitly mention, as you mention in the form tag over here. Can you see this? If you don't write over here, then by default it is get. Are you following me? Now,
Yeah.
if I submit my form, what happened? It will go to, oh man, if you submit your form, it is get, right? It will come to the same page. Yes, you know? See?
Yeah.
Done.
And it has stuff in the
Okay.
URL.
So guys, anybody have any questions, queries so far, or it is pretty simple to understand? I'm going to basically add next thing. You know, last time we did Jdbc programming. Same concept I'm going to introduce in this project. Hello. I want to
Yes.
validate this username password from database. I have to create a table, right? So people, can you help me? Last time, remember we did practice of one of the code. That is last for today. Okay, I'll make it very quick. And after that, go and make your hand dirty. And I'm telling you, we are moving super duper fast. Got it? What was our database name? Anybody can help me to recall it? This one.
Wrap 36.
Hello? Yeah. So in this, username password is there already, right? I need to check with database. Clear? Yeah. Hello? Already we have done all those things.
Yep.
Remember? Table creation,
We did.
database,
Yes.
everything is there. Now I want to use the same code, right? Allow me. In last session, in order to connect with database, if you have done little bit practice on it, right? I'm saying little bit practice. So what show? I'm just thinking. So let's do that. Okay. First of all, we need to check whether we have a dependency or not. Otherwise, you cannot connect with database. In order to connect with database, we need a dependency of Spring JDBC, right? Which is not in this. I'm going to add it. So we have to add two things. Where is my old project? I don't know. I'm going to add one more dependency in this that is called Spring Boot Starter JDBC. People are with me? You have to say
We didn't have
yes,
that
no.
before.
This is
Can you hear
for,
me?
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
what I did, I just added a dependency of JDBC, right? And you have to, this thing we did in last session, sorry, day before yesterday, I think last session. Which was the project, right? Remember, I forget it. Who can help me to recall my project?
Is
This one,
Try
right?
web MVC.
In this, somebody is saying, Nagendra, can you copy this? Yeah, I can copy this file and this will create a data source for me. Same thing I'm going to do, right? Yeah. And I have complete right to do copy paste. Nobody can stop me because I know already I did it and you know a little bit about it. So this file I'm going to copy paste over here. It's okay with you? See,
yeah.
hello,
Yes.
database config. Done. I did it.
Nine, so why did you add the jar file, the previous one? Because we didn't use that before.
Jar file actually to deal with the Spring
The dependency.
JDBC, we need a dependency. You see, because all these things will come by the practice only. I just added this dependency, this one. Why? So that it can give
So
me
we
which
didn't
jar.
have that before. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
it was
asking.
not before. That's why.
Yeah, last time we had
So we don't need
MySQL connector.
MySQL connector and Spring JDBC. That's it.
Yeah,
I guess when you do this, then it
yeah.
adds both of
We
them
have,
automatically.
yeah. We have to do that. Just a second. Next dependency which we have to add is from the old project. I'm not in a hurry. Dependency, this will be little bit come to you by doing practice. So I'm going to copy one more dependency, which was
MySQL connector.
MySQL connector. Let's do that. That we have to do. Other thing is same. I'm going to do copy and paste. See, when you deal with the different technology, there would be always compatibility issue with the jar. Clear?
Also,
And there
when
is
you
no
use the
formula
other
over
one, we
there.
don't have to mention the release, I guess, when
Yeah.
you use Spring Boot Starter with
Here,
JDBC. Am
yeah.
I correct?
When I added Spring Boot JDBC starter, it is, you see, it is giving me the error. Can you see this? It's saying it does not have driver manager data source, right? So question is, if it does not have driver database, this database manager data source is not there in this JDBC boot starter. So we have to do something else. Okay. Let's try what is the alternative of it. You got a point? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should add Spring
Yeah.
Dash TX, the transact.
I'm going to, no, not that. No,
Not that one. Okay.
Give me a second. In this, give me a second. Actually, give me a second. I'm the not host. Who is the host? Can you make me host? I don't know how people automatically becomes host. Deepak, can you make me host?
Your host, so you could record it earlier, right? So yeah.
Just a second, please. I'm here. People, just a second. So I'm going to share. Let's pick this issue, okay? We have to see this error, right? I'm going to use Spring JDBC, starter data source. Give me a second. Hey, I need to use Spring Boot, this starter. I'm just referring this tutorial. It's okay with you? So this tutorial is saying, you just, I'm just following it. This is saying you just, just add this, property, this setting in the property file. So are you with me? Even it will be more simpler, right? No need to make this configuration file. Are you following me? What? People are not replying. What I said. If you add this Spring, I'm audible or not? I don't know.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
you're audible. Yes.
What I'm saying, if you add this Spring Boot starter JDBC, right? Earlier I'm using this for connection and all, right? So it's saying don't do this, right? Don't make a bean. Spring Boot will create for you. Oh my God. Easy? Yeah. What we have to do, you have to just add this setting over here. This is fixed. Spring data source URL, Spring data source username, password, and platform. You can give only these three, okay? So what you need to do? People, help me. You have to just copy paste this URL. If you are not following me, say I'm not following you. Spring says don't do anything. You just give me the information, URL, username, password. My password is mysql@1234. Got it? Hey, who will create the data source? Any guess? This job which you have done manually, right? Who will do it for you? Reply.
Spring
Spring.
container or Spring?
Yeah, Spring Boot container will do. Spring container, Spring Boot will do for you. So if you allow to me, can I delete it? We don't
Yes,
need
sir.
it. Let's delete it. Okay. Oh, nice. If you add this much information, it would be enough to create reply data source, right? And
Yes, sir.
Data source.
so let me write it. This
So are we doing this because there's
configure
because of the error we had there for
because
dependency?
yeah. Spring Boot says don't create data source, otherwise I will kill you. Oh my God. What I have to do? Spring Boot says only you just add this configuration, URL, username, password in this format and enjoy. Oh, nice.
So
Now
before
data source,
on our
you
previous
cannot,
project we didn't have Spring Boot. That's why we had to do it
yeah,
that way.
Spring Boot. That's why you were creating it manually using a BT notation. That boring and boring job.
Yep,
Okay.
makes sense.
Here, this data source you can auto wire over here, right? So today I'm going to, you tell me, I should write my database logic in different class. Yes, please go and do it. I'm making a new class. Allow me. My class name will be login. You can give any name, right? Login repository. It's okay. Repository. Sorry. Or you can write login DO, right? Database access object logic. Clear? And you want to make a bean, you can use repository, right? Yeah. I say, hey, Spring container, make a bean of it, right? And here, what I can auto add, any guess, guys? Data source. And this data source should come from the javax.sql package. Hey, do you understand this? From where I'm going to get this data source bean?
From the
Please tell
earlier one you
me.
created, the configuration.
From where we will get this bean? Answer is Spring Boot will
Spring
create for
Boot
you
container.
as per this setting. You just auto wire it. I have done it, right? Now I can write a method public boolean, right? It will give me
But didn't you say
validate.
that we cannot do AutoWire for what was that? Passes that is already that it's not made by us. We had to use Bean before.
Yeah, bean actually that you cannot use in Spring Boot. If you want to use it, you have to do something else, right? Spring Boot says you just follow my convention. I will make your job easy, right? And in the industry, you have to use Spring Boot everywhere. So validate user, right? And this is going to take how many parameter? 2 parameter. Username, string, password. Are you with me? Yeah. Oh man, if you want to validate your data from database, username, password, you have to write SQL query. What query? Select username from table name is what? I forget it. Please help me. My table name is
FP
user
tech.
logins TBLs. User underscore logins underscore TBL. Where my username equals to question mark and you know it, right? Password equals to
Mm-hmm.
question. Got it?
I thought
Layman.
we had a better
I'm
way.
telling you, we have better way. I'll teach you Spring Data JPA. Okay. No need to write any query, everything. You just sit idle. Automatically everything will happen. Okay. Yep. After it, I can make a Jdbc template. I did yesterday also, right?
Yeah.
Hmm? And in
That
this
did it for
constructor, I can pass data source. After that, you would say, hey, Jdbc template. I'm just using, query for, right? Query for object. Are you with me? Yeah. So what you can do over here, you can pass your SQL query. Hello. And see, you have to pass 3 parameters. You have to replace the placeholder also. Yes, you know. So you can pass your input as an object array. I told you yesterday as well, right? When you were pushing it, right? Here. The first parameter is username. This is the syntax, okay? Second parameter is password. So this username will be replaced to this placeholder. Second will replace to the second one. And here you have to write the return type. What it is going to return, man? End of the day, string. Are you with me? Done. This is the syntax of it, right? If data is there, please reply. Are you with me? If data is there, it will return the username for that. If data is not there, it can hello. You can use query for list also if you want, right? So you do not worry about it. But data is not there, it will give you the exception. Are you following me? So if data comes here, you can return true. If data does not comes, it will go to the exception and you can return false. Or here you can take the Boolean value. It's all about your coding and programming. I think this is better. Okay. By default, it is false. False means reply username password is incorrect. If username password is incorrect, this code will execute perfectly fine. And here you can make it true. True means user is valid. And in last, you can return it. Hmm? Shall I explain you this code?
Yeah, can you
Explain this
please
again
explain
because
it
I'm
again?
confused. Yeah.
Yeah. You can, yeah. No problem. You tell me this line is clear and this line is clear. Hello?
2021 is clear. Yeah. 23 is
Yeah.
not.
After it, here there is many way to do it, right? I want to basically I am fetching the record. If record is there, then what? If record is there, it means user is there, right? So there is many way. Let me make it more simple. You can use a query for list, I guess, right? This. What is the benefit? It will return you list of string, right? So tell me, in this case, how many user it will return for
One.
username password? Only one user. So this is better, right, compared to earlier. Here exception will not come. Are you following me? Can you see this? What you can write? Help me. If this size is coming 0, then tell me. If size is coming 0, it
And
means you see my style
no
of
user
coding.
found with that name.
Done. If I don't know you understand this much or not. What I'm
This
saying.
is if else, but you made it one line.
Yeah.
Greater than user size.
If user size is coming 0, it will turn false. If user size is greater than 0, it will turn true. More simple. Hmm? I think this is better code compared to previous. If you got it, say I got it. Otherwise, I don't understand.
I do not understand.
Pardon?
I did not get it.
Okay, I can explain
So
you. What's your name?
Gandhi.
Gyandeep. Yeah, Gyandeep. Let me try again. See, when you say Jdbc template query for list, you are saying fire the query, okay? And whatever username comes against the username password, return me as a list. So tell me, username password are normally unique. How many username you will get for this username password? Only one record.
Okay.
So size will be 1. But if username password is not there, it will return size 0. If it
Okay.
is giving size 0, you are saying return false, return true. Otherwise return false. Clear? So let's make it better. If size is 0, you want to return true or false? You want to return false, right? So this condition you can make opposite. If size is not 0, it means user is there. If size is 0 means false. Clear? So when it will return true or false, any guess? Gyandeep, let me
So
tell
I'm
you.
confused about I still don't get the line 29. So if it's how is it saying it's true or false?
Let me write in other word. If user size
I'm
is,
so sorry. Yeah.
no problem, I'm just making simple. If user dot, sorry, if user dot size is 0, then what you want to return? False.
False.
User is not there. Else, Gyandeep, same thing, right?
Mhm.
You can write like layman, like this. True. When you are returning true, if size
When
is
it's
greater
more
than
than
0, means,
0.
yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Same
For
thing you can write in
line
one
number
line also.
line number 28, you're creating a new object, right? Username password. Do we have
Let me show you. Actually, here I'm creating array of the object. Okay, you can write in 2 line also. Let me show you.
okay.
Here,
It's not
whatever input you want to pass, right? Whatever input you want to pass, just make a new object, right? And pass username password as a data and create a array. And this array you can pass here as an input. Now
so
simple.
we don't actually need another class and all if we do this. This object is some I don't know.
Yeah.
What is
Actually,
that
you are
object name is?
creating the input. I don't know. Have you gone through the array concept in core Java? Array. Here I'm
We
creating
have
array
gone, but we have not
dynamically.
dealt with object. I guess I don't. Yeah.
Object is the general
Mm,
type. Hello. Here
okay.
you can use a string also, right? That's fine. But object is a general type. Are you
Okay.
following me? Object is the thing which can accommodate anything. So normally I use object, but you can use string also, right? But in situation you always not have string. Sometimes you have integer, float, boolean, right? So better to use object class.
Object.
Object is the parent of all the classes. Fine. Done. So here my first parameter is my SQL query. Second parameter is array of the data. So first will replace first placeholder. Second will replace second placeholder. And this is the return type. This type should match with this type. That's it. Now clear? First parameter is the
String
query.
class.
Second
Do
parameter is
we?
the input, right? So here data is input
So
for the query.
using line 28, we don't have to use the set parameter thing. Attribute.
Exactly. That's why set parameter internally it will do for you. Earlier
Okay.
you were doing it manually. Now it is doing automatically. You have to just follow the syntax of it. Okay. Instead of writing this 2 line, you can write the same thing in 1 line, right? How? What you can do? Return. I was doing it, right? If size is greater than 0, return true, right? So this condition will become true when size is greater than 0, otherwise it will turn the false, right? So it becomes
Sorry, so
more
can you
cleaner
explain
compared to
again
this.
one more time? Line number 30. String the class. What does that mean?
This actually first
Using.
parameter is your query.
Yeah, the
Second
query.
parameter is
Second
your
parameter
data
is
input,
object. Yeah.
input parameter
And
for the
string the class.
placeholder. And this is the return type. When you fire the query,
Uh,
what will be the return type? It will depend on the username. This parameter. If it is integer, you have to write integer. If it is float, you have to write float. Got it now?
but aren't we
If it is
returning an
customer,
object?
I'm returning here a string because username is a string. And since you are saying I will return the string, but
only
it
you
could
only
be
returning the username. Okay.
exactly.
If
That's
you were
it.
to return username and password, then you would use an object. Return
Yeah,
type.
then you cannot use string. You have to use something else. We have to use class then in that case, multiple parameter if you want to return. Okay.
Multiple. Okay.
Here makes
Okay.
sense. Okay, let's see where we reach. Application is crying. I don't know. Okay, let's check it. Okay. Saying data source that could not be found. No problem. Yeah, it's saying we don't have data source, but what I said, when, give me a second. Now I'm host. So in order to use Spring JDBC, what I did in Spring Boot, I added two dependency, remember? One is Spring Boot Starter JDBC and this MySQL connector. Make sense? Say yes. Makes sense. Hello?
Yes, sir.
And I'm telling you,
Yes.
can you see this? When you add Spring JDBC, this starter, it is automatically downloading MySQL connector 8.0 version. So no need to add this dependency, clear? But I'm using this 5.x, I'm adding it. You got a point? If you add this dependency already contain MySQL connector as well. Make sense? Yeah. After it, data source will be automatically created. You have to just add this property file. This property file is compatible to which version of the Spring Boot? Any guess? This is, any guess? This is for Spring Boot
The latest.
2.x.
X.
Yeah.
For 1.x, you have seen, right? It will not work like the way it was showing over there. After it, hey, my job is done, right? My login DAO is there. Anybody have any confusion in this or it's clear? Sir?
The POM XML. You said we don't need a MySQL connector anymore.
Yeah. I said
That's what I understood.
when you add Spring JDBC starter, MySQL is already bundled into it. 8 version. How I came to know? When I'm adding this dependency, you see, it's saying you are overriding managed version 8.0.20 MySQL connector. It means it is there. You follow
But you
me?
need it
Okay.
because of your
Yeah, I'm using 5.7.
JDBC
You see,
8.5.
yeah. If you download one dependency, it will automatically download many dependencies, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So here, what you can return, you can. So now what you need to do, sir? You have to, this code. This will create a bean, and it is using data source, right? Say yes. You got my point. Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
can we call this method? How? You have to inject this object bean into home controller. Yes or no? How? Any guess? Same fashion. You know or don't know?
Yes, we
Hello?
know.
Inject it. Auto add. Auto add means you are saying, hey, login DAO, I want to use you inside controller. After it, what you can do, sir? No need to write like this, right? What you can do, you are smart or not? If you are smart, right, then you can call this method. If you think it's very complex, let me know. Hey, what I did? Validate user, I am calling in the if condition. If it return true, it will go to the home. If this code is looking complex, let me know. I can make it simple.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
If you think it is looking complex because it is returning Boolean value, so you can do like this. Look, now simple. Done.
That is.
Hey, can I try? Hello. It is
Yes,
connect.
makes sense.
See, my code is already compiling, right? If I do any mistake, automatically it will give me the error. If you allow to me, I can show you it is validating with database or not. Clear? How? You can go to the database and check the username password. Please allow me. If I add Joker and test 1 2 3, it should work. Am I right? Joker test @1 2 3. Where I should go? Home. Can you
Home.
see this? Oh, it's not working.
Your joke is
Nice.
spelling wrong.
Oh, nice. Thank you for helping me.
But
I'm
still,
going
it
to
should
do
have
copy
shown the
paste
other one,
everything.
right?
Never mind. It was
No,
the
no.
same. No.
Test @1 2 3.
No, I don't think
Yeah,
it's working.
it's working,
Oh, it
right?
is working.
No, it's
So what
working. There was
happened?
spelling mistake. Somebody
So what happened
like
with
here,
displaying the message like saying it's a wrong input? It didn't show that.
oh, that's not coming. We'll make it happen. Okay, not a problem. I'm just adding wrap2 and password is test. It should go to home page. But if I enter password wrong, it should come to the same page. It's working. Can you see
But now
this?
it's showing. Why wasn't it showing
Yeah,
earlier?
I
I don't
know.
know.
Because earlier there was some ghost. Now it's working. Hey, you
Yeah.
got this much or you got confused? Guys, I'm just going to keep my session till here. I want you go and just make your hand
Yeah.
empty.
Can you please
I'm telling
just
you.
summarize the part where you validated
Yeah,
the logins? If you could just
yeah.
summarize that and the ones you
Sure,
were creating the object for it.
Actually, let me make a diagram for it. See, we have a controller. What? Controller. So what controller does? Controller is using which layer? DAO layer. You remember we have a class annotated with that controller. Bean, right? And this bean is using other bean. Which bean? Login DAO. Am I right? And this bean is using which bean? Data source. This is clear or this is not clear? I'm putting all the code in picture so that you can correlate it. Still confusion? Can you see this? This code is present in this bean. Are you following me? And you know data. So data source we use for what purpose? To make connection to
Database.
Database.
database. So you see controller here. Here we have a controller. This controller is using which bean? This login DAO. So I can tell you how flow is triggered. Like here, this is the code. I don't know. We have that much space. Then don't take tension as long as I'm here. Here, this code I'm deleting it because I don't have much space. Can you see these people? Tension, no tension. Can you see this? When your call will come to the controller from the GUI, right? So it is going to call login DAO. This being which method? Validate method. Can you see this now? Simple. But where you are calling, where you are coming to this where you are coming to this controller, from where you are coming? Any guess? You are coming from the GSP page. People, let me know if you got totally confused. No, this is my username password. You are filling here, right? Can you see this? When you click on the sign in button, your username password will come to the login submit controller. And here already you have login DO object bean, and you are calling it's which method? Validate user. So here your wrap2, right? It will travel from here. Let me tell you. Right? Eventually, right? It will come over here, and from here it will come over here. Am I right? Yeah. And this password as well. Then this username password you are validating with from database, right? Let me put a diagram for database also. This is my table. If you confuse, I need to know you got confused. If no, say no. This is my database detail. Can you see this now? Hello? You got the flow or still there's any confusion?
Can you actually change the number from everything is 444?
Yeah, number I can change. Number. Let me make the number proper. When you click on button number 1, and I'm not telling you the in between flow. Remember, when you make a call from here, it will go to the dispatcher servlet, then handler mapper. Those things I skipped it, right? Say yes.
Yeah, I
That makes sense.
understand the
Yes, yeah.
flow. I'm just confused about the part with on the method validate user. I'm just confused about the syntax
I'll
over there.
explain to you. I'll explain to you.
Okay.
Give me a second. Let me complete the flow. After that, I'm coming over there. then it is going to the database and validating the user. If user is correct, here it is returning the value to it, right? What value? If user is there, it is returning true. Otherwise, user is not there, it is returning false. That's correct. Fine. So this is clear to everybody, right? Flow is clear. Okay, please, what's your name? What question is?
Gandhi.
Can you,
So
Gandhi?
again, yeah, I know I'm repeating my same question, but I got a little confused on where we were making an object and the list string thing.
Okay. Here,
Can you explain
I
that?
got it.
The
I got it.
pattern
I got it.
for
Yeah.
number 4.
Just be smart. Here, what it is going to return? Tell me. Here you are saying query for list, right? When you fire this query, tell me one username will come or multiple username come. That's question to you, Gandhi.
One will come.
No, you cannot say one. It may be multiple also, depend on the
Multiple.
record.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why when I'm firing the query, I'm saying I need a string as a output because in select we have username, right? But Jdbc template says you might have multiple user. That's why I'm using list, right? In this
Okay.
one may come, more than one may come. Nobody knows, 0 or 1. That's
Okay.
why I'm using list. Clear? So that
Okay.
it should cover all the use case.
Okay.
Gandhi,
Yes, sir.
ask questions unless until it's clear to you.
Yeah, it is clear now. Okay.
So guys, I think this much is enough for today, right? And don't go anywhere, okay? From last few sessions, we are stopping it. I'm not going to stop it, right?